Oh, good morning, Mr. Nadzeem.
Good morning, Ting. Come, please have a seat.
Okay. Thank you for agreeing to meet me today despite of a tight schedule, Mr. Nadzeem.
It's my pleasure to hear out any problems and help to my colleague.
Well, you are such a good manager, Mr. Nadzeem. So, how's your trip to Singapore?
It was great. The business conference I attended was very fruitful.
Ah, I see. Then, did you go sightseeing around Singapore?
Yes, I did. Do you know the garden by the bay was quite impressive?
Wow, I've never been there before. I would like to visit it someday. You seems to have a lot of work to do, so I think I won't take too much of your time. So let's get down to business.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Mr. Nadzeem, for your information, our team's morale has been quite low recently. They don't seem to have much passion in doing their job. And I think it would be good if we come up with a solution to boost their morale.
I see. So, what do you propose?
Mm, since our commission and pay has not been increased for the past 3 years, I think if we have a commission and pay raise, it would be a good way to boost their morale.
I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to say that. It's not for me alone to decide our commission rate and pay rate. Besides that, our company size have not increased in the past years. To maintain our company's cash flow, the board had decided to, to not have any raise from right now.
I'm aware of that, Mr. Nadzeem. I have read last year's annual sales report and I found out that the sales for Damansara and Samar regions were quite poor.
Ha- have you talked to the team members who are responsible for those regions?
Yes, yes, I have. And I can say that they have been working very hard and they have taken their job very seriously. It's just that the two regions is too we have too much competitors in those two regions. Yeah, but last month I've talked to them and we have been working on some new strategies together.
I see. That's a good effort.
And Mr. Nadzeem, do you remember the annual grant meeting we had last month?
Yes, of course.
Well, during the meeting, our CEO had praised our team for having the best attendance and the lowest leave application.
Ah, yes, I remember. I'm so proud of all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Nadzeem. And don't forget to mention that during our annual dinner held last 2 weeks, one of our member, Ali, had been awarded with the Best Employee Award for having a very good working attitude.
Yes, I remember Ali. I am personally confident that that your team is doing the best for the company.
Yes. And from what I've read in some business magazines, having a good salary for the employees can give them a sense of security. And moreover, a good salary can also make them feel that they are being valued by the company.
I understand. However, seeing our company current condition, we may not able to make much adjustment in our commission or pay rate.
Well, if our team can have a better commission and pay rate, I'm sure that everyone will have higher spirit in doing the jobs and it will in turn increase our sales performance of our company.
Well, let's see first. How much change do you propose?
Mm, I will propose a 10% increase in commission, which is from the original 10% to the 20%. And next, I will also propose a 500 ringgit increase for our pay, which is from the original 2,500 to 3,000 ringgit.
I'm sorry, that seems a very large number. From my perspective, this amount would give some burden to our company's financial status.
Well, Mr. Nadzeem, but I think this amount is quite reasonable. This is the amount of commission and pay that adopted by many of the automotive components manufacturers like us. And I've also done some research on jobstreet.com and payroll.my. So, in my opinion, giving such a reasonable pay to our employees can help us to stay competitive among our competitors.
I see. But it will be more comfortable if you request a lower amount for the raise. There will be higher chance for the board to approve the raise.
Okay, Mr. Nadzeem, I understand. Then what about 8% of commission increase and 480 ringgit of pay increase?
Maybe it's better to set it lower. For example, 5% commission raise and 400 for the pay raise.
Well, Mr. Nadzeem, I'm sure you're aware that my team and I have been working very hard for the good of our company. And I think all those extra hours of work deserve a better commission and pay rate. And I'm sure it will boost the team's morale and it will bring a better work efficiency.
Well, how about to increase commission rate instead of both? Since commission is performance based, it will encourage the team to work even harder. This would bring benefit to both team and the company.
Let me think. Well, I think I'm agree with you. It's okay to just increase the commission instead of both. But the 5% of commission raise you suggested just now is too low for us. So how about we stick to my first request, which is a 10% commission raise?
10% is too much. How about 6%?
Mm, I think 6% raise is not attractive enough to boost the team's morale. And besides that, we need to consider how we can stay competitive among our competitors, since the pay raise is already out of the topic.
Well, if you say so, how about 8% commissions? 8% commission rates sounds acceptable.
Oh, so 8% is the one in my second request, right?
Oh, how,
Yeah.
however, but I have one more condition for you and your team.
Well, let's hear it out, Mr. Nadzeem.
I would like you and your team to increase the sales performance in the Damansara and Sunway region. Those two regions were our biggest client pools before this. We keep losing our clients in those regions, causing a negative impact on our overall sales performance.
Oh, I see. Well, so what is your target for us, Mr. Nadzeem?
I would like you all to work on the same new strategies and hit the sales target for about 2 months. Only then I will propose the commission raise to the board.
Well, I'm afraid 2 months is quite a short time for us, Mr. Nadzeem. How about 3 months? If we have more time, then we can come up with better sales strategies and we can improve our sales performance.
About 3 months, it sounds alright to me.
Okay, then thank you, Mr. Nadzeem. So, can we repeat our deal?
Sure, go on.
Okay, so from our discussion just now, you have agreed to propose a 8% commission raise to the board if me and my team can hit the sales target for Damansara and Sunway region in 3 months. Do I get it right?
Yes, that's we have agreed on. Good luck in working in those sales target. If you need any help, you can always talk to me. I will also keep asking you for updates from time to time.
Well, that's very kind of you, Mr. Nadzeem. I'm sure me and my team will work very hard to hit the targets. So that's all for our discussion today. Thank you for your time, Mr. Nadzeem.
Thank you. Thank you.